the equation of a circle can be written in the form x minus a squared plus y minus b squared equals the radius squared, where AB is the center of the circle. So AB is the center, and it's in the form x minus a squared plus y minus b squared equals the radius squared. So if we're given the center and the radius, we can write down the equation of the circle. So we've got the x coordinate and the y coordinate of the center. So it's x minus 3 squared plus y minus 5 squared equals the radius squared. The radius is 4, so the radius squared is 16. If the center's at negative 1/8, the equation is x minus a squared, x minus minus 1, so x plus 1 squared, plus y minus b squared, y minus 8 squared, equals the radius squared. If the radius is 2 root 5, 2 root 5 is the same as square root 20. So square root 20 squared is 20. And if the center is at negative 2, 0, the equation is x minus a squared. So x minus minus 2, x plus 2 squared, plus y minus b squared, y minus nothing squared, just y squared, equals the radius squared. 4a times 4a is 16a squared. You might have seen before, if the center of the circle is at the origin, 0, 0, the equation of the circle is just x squared plus y squared equals r squared. So a and b are both 0, so the center is at the origin. If it's not at the origin, we've got x minus a squared plus y minus b squared equals r squared, where AB is the center. Okay, 3 for you to try, so give them a go. So center 1, negative 7, radius 5. So it's x minus a squared plus y minus minus 7, so plus 7 squared equals r squared. Negative 4, negative 5. So x plus 4 squared, y plus 5 squared equals the radius squared. And at 0, 0, it's just x squared plus y squared equals r squared. So this time we're being given the equation, and we need to write down the center and the radius. So again, it's in the form x minus a squared plus y minus b squared equals the radius squared, where AB is the center. So if I've got x plus 5 squared, that means the center must be at negative 5, and y minus 3 squared means it's at 3. So it's at negative 5, 3. That's the center. And the square root of 100 is 10. So the radius is 10. Part B, we've got negative 8. It's a bit like when we're solving a quadratic, what makes the bracket equal to 0? So it's negative 8, negative 1 for the center. And the radius is square root 10. And then C, we've got x as 0, y is 9, so 0, 9 is the center, and the radius is square root 49, which is 7. 3 for you to try, give them a go. So the first one, we've got 7, negative 2 as the center, with a radius of 4. We've got 6, 9 for the second one, with a radius of square root 19. And for the third one, negative 4, 0, with a radius of 8. This time we've got the point -4, 3 lies on the circle with center 2, -1. Find the equation. So we know that the equation can be written in the form x minus a squared plus y minus b squared equals the radius squared. And we know the center of the circle is 2, -1. So that means it's x minus 2 squared plus y plus 1 squared equals the radius squared. And we've got another point, -4, 3, which we could substitute in. So there's two ways of doing it. You could find the length of the line using Pythagoras, which will be the radius. So the length between these 2 points would be the radius, and you can find it using Pythagoras. Or, alternatively, you could substitute the point into the equation. I'm going to substitute in. So I've got -4, 3. So -4 minus 2 squared plus 3 plus 1 squared is the radius squared. -4 take away 2 is -6. So squared is 36. 3 plus 1 is 4. Squared is 16. So r squared must be 36 plus 16, which is 52. So I can now substitute 52 in for r squared. So it's x minus 2 squared plus y plus 1 squared equals 52. And that's the answer. One for you to try. Give it a go. So the point 5, -1 lies on the circle with center 2, -5. Find the equation of the circle. So we know the center, so we can write it in the form. So the center's at 2, -5, so it's x minus 2 squared plus y plus 5 squared equals the radius squared. And then I can either substitute in my other point, 5, -1, or I could use Pythagoras to find the length, which will be the radius. I'll do both. So I've got 5, -1, x is 5, y is -1. So 5 take away 2 squared plus -1 plus 5 squared is the radius squared. So it's 3 squared, which is 9, plus 4 squared, which is 16, is the radius squared. So r squared is 25. So the equation is x minus 2 squared plus y plus 5 squared equals 25. Alternatively, I could find the length in between the center and the circumference, which is the radius. So from 2 to 5 is 3 spaces. From -5 to -1 is 4. And that will be the radius squared. So 9 plus 16, r squared is 25. The line AB is the diameter of a circle where A and B are 2, -3 and 6, 3 respectively. Find the equation of the circle. So if we've got 2 points which make a diameter, the middle of them must be the center of the circle. So if we find the midpoint of these two, that will be the center. So the middle of the x's and the middle of the y's. So the middle of the x's is 2 plus 6 divided by 2. The middle of the y's is -3 plus 3 divided by 2. So 8 over 2 is 4. 0 over 2 is 0. So that's the center. The midpoint is the center. So it's going to be x minus 4 squared plus y x minus 4 squared plus y squared equals the radius squared. Now I can just substitute in one of the points. So any point on the circle, you can substitute into the equation. So I've got 6, 3. So x is 6, y is 3. That'd be 6 take away 4 squared plus 3 squared is the radius squared. 6 take away 4 is 2. 2 squared is 4. 3 squared is 9. So the radius squared is 4 and 9, which is 13. So it's x minus 4 squared plus y squared equals 13. One for you to try. Give it a go. So again, we've got 2 points that make a diameter. So if we find the midpoint, that's the center of the circle. So halfway between -5 and 1 is -2. Halfway between 8 and 2 is 5. So the center's at -2, 5. So it's x plus 2 squared plus y minus 5 squared equals r squared. And let's just substitute in a point 1, 2. So I've got 1 plus 2 squared plus 2 minus 5 squared equals r squared. That's 9 plus 9 equals r squared. So the radius squared is 18. So x plus 2 squared plus y minus 5 squared equals 18. This time we've got the equation of a circle, but it's not in the right form. So to find the center and the radius of x squared plus y squared minus 10x minus 2y minus 10 equals 0, we've got to put it into the right form. So we want it in the form x minus a squared plus y minus b squared equals the radius squared. And to do that, we're completing the square. So let's get the x's together. I've got x squared minus 10x. And for the y's, I've got y squared minus 2y. And I've also got a minus 10, and it's equal to 0. So for x squared minus 10x, I'm going to half the -10 to give me -5. So I have x minus 5 squared. And x minus 5 squared, if I did expand it, I'll have x squared minus 10x plus 25. I don't want the 25, so I need to take it away. So I've just completed the square on just the x's part. So half the b number, I then take away that squared. Same for the y's. So I'm completing the square on the y's. So I'm going to have y minus 1 squared, take away 1, and then I've got minus 10 equals 0. And then if I just take all the numbers to the right side, so 25 minus 1 minus 10 is going to be -36. So if I have plus 36 to both sides, I'm going to have x minus 5 squared plus y minus 1 squared equals 36. And that is the equation of the circle. It's not quite the center and the radius. The center is at 5, 1. And the radius is square root 36, 6. One for you to try, so give it a go. So we're going to complete the square on the x's and complete the square on the y's to get it into the right form. So I'm going to write the x's together and the y's together. So for the x's, half the b number, half of 4 is 2. It's going to be x plus 2 squared, and then take away 2 squared. So take away 4. For the y's, half of 8 is 4. Take away 4 squared, which is 16. And then just move all the numbers over to the right side. Negative 4 minus 16 minus 5 is negative 25. So plus 25 to both sides. Your x plus 2 squared plus y plus 4 squared equals 25. So what's the center and the radius? The center is at negative 2, negative 4. And the radius is square root 25, which is 5. A circle has the equation x squared plus y squared minus 12x plus 4y equals k. Find the range of possible values of k. So let's get it in the right form first, and then we'll have a look at what k could be. So I'm going to get the x's together and the y's together. Then complete the square on the x's. So x minus 6 squared minus 36. Complete the square on the y's. Y plus 2 squared minus 4. And move all the numbers over to the right side. So I've got x minus 6 squared plus y plus 2 squared equals k plus 40. So what could k be? Well, the radius, or the radius squared, has got to be positive. It's got to be a positive number. The radius can't be negative, or r squared certainly can't be negative. So we're going to have to say k plus 40. K plus 40 must be greater than 0. So k must be greater than negative 40. One for you to try. Give it a go. So get the x's together. Get the y's together. Complete the square on the x's. Complete the square on the y's. So x plus 7 squared minus 49 plus y minus 3 squared minus 9 equals k. We'll get it in the right form. So x squared, x minus a squared plus y minus b squared equals r squared. And we're going to have k plus 58 on the right side. And we know that r squared is k plus 58. It must be a positive number. So k plus 58 must be greater than 0. So k has to be bigger than negative 58.